So I needed a break from AliExpress watches because it's always the same story. I see it, I like it, I convince myself I need it, I tell myself this is the one, this is the watch that was going to make me whole. I buy it, I wear it twice, and I sell it. And I repeat it until I emotionally and financially bankrupt. And I was doing actually quite okay until the big sale comes up. You see all the YouTube videos recommending all the different watches, so you say what the hell, open the AliExpress again, and you're in the rabbit hole. And I accidentally stumbled upon this thing, and I immediately stopped scrolling. The Tactical Frog Vs75 solar chronograph. And I stopped scrolling because the colors immediately remind me of the Brew chronograph that I really like the colors of. But I would never buy it because I don't like the shape. Because kind of the shape looks like a toaster mated with a slab of soap. I'm kidding, but it's the shape that doesn't fit me very well. On the other hand, it has a really similar shape to a Seiko speed timer that I really like and I wanted to buy a couple of times, but I also have a very strict policy, 2 pieces per watch brand, that I defend harder than my liver defense against bad weekend decisions. But I also saw the name and I laughed. I laughed some more. I dismissed it. I closed the ad. But then I opened it again. I really looked at it. And I couldn't believe how good it looked, given this watch has almost no coverage on YouTube. So yeah, I realized that I was maybe heading for a lot of disappointment. So once I stopped laughing about the name, I ordered it. And here it is. Watch coming in a classical AliExpress tactical kit box. A black plastic pelican style case that looks like it should house a grenade or someone's bad decisions. Inside is the watch, pretty nice spring bar tool, some tags, a manual that for instance explain you how to operate a diving bezel.
Right.
Wow, somebody pays attention to details here. And unsigned warranty card because duh. Now the bracelet is actually good. I know I'm confused too, but hear me out. Solid stainless steel, solid links, solid end links, thick spring bars, proper milled clasp, which in the listing looked different, pressed, so I guess they have upgraded it, or they shipped it by mistake with someone else's bracelet. Either way, I'm keeping it. Thank you, AliExpress. The whole bracelet is brushed, fine, even brushing. Only the clasp has a high polish chamfered edges. 6 micro adjustment holes, yeah, no on the fly adjustment, but we're talking about very affordable watch. It's a basic done well, and it works. I'm fine with that. Links are held together with screws, and they are surprisingly smart screws. Screws I haven't seen before. The threading is actually on the top of the screw. So when you put the screw back in, it just ties itself right to the spot, and the chances of stripping it off are very low. So the entire bracelet is comfortable. There are no sharp edges, maybe on the milled inner clasp, but I haven't really felt any discomfort, so the case is borderline suspicious. It's finished almost too well for this price point. Well, okay, speaking of the price, the watch originally came out for around 200 bucks, but in the discount I picked it up for 130. And for 130 bucks, this is incredible. I have handled quite a few San Martin watches that everyone is praising for the level of finishing, but this, if not just as good as San Martin, it's really as good as San Martin. It really is. The shape, like I said, is very speed timer like, which is a lot Daytona like. Yes, it's simple but not lazy. That brushing is just next level. So fine, almost satin like. Tolerances between the bracelet and the case are almost like non existent. When you glide your finger over it, you don't feel it. And the brushing is the same. And just look at the chamfered edge. Oh, yes. The polishing is done to very high standard too. The separation line between the high polished and brushed is as sharp as my faith in humanity isn't. The dimensions are 41mm in diameter, 48.6 lug to lug, but with the protruding male end link, it's 53.5. But it's not as bad as it sounds. The end link turns down quite dramatically, so it doesn't really feel like it's extending the lug to lug. And of course 20mm lug width. And this thing looks good on other straps, like rubber. There is something about black rubber and chronographs, I don't know what it is, but it looks always good. The bezel is tall, complex, and unexpectedly beautiful. The center section is brushed with high polished top and bottom part. A detail so subtle I almost didn't notice it. And I am someone who stares watches all the time instead of dealing with his problems. It looks so good, especially when you're looking at the watch from side. It's just, dude. Glossy black ceramic bezel insert. I usually prefer matte aluminium where possible, but somehow here it works for me. No idea why, I just accept it. And of course it's a tachymeter scale. Printed in white, good contrast, very crisp. I haven't noticed any imperfections in the printing so far. Very well done. Crown, big, grippy. Signed with a tactical frog logo. Pushers also screwed down, because this chronograph also has 200 meters of water resistance, or hydro resistance, as you will see later. Well, Frog is amphibious, so case back also screwed down. Polished smudge magnet. I don't love that, but I can live with that. It has the logo in the middle, specs around in the breast section, and it's doing its job efficiently. Unlike me. That caseback is hiding a Seiko VS75. Solar chronograph movement. Solar. It's accurate, plus or minus 15 seconds a month, and on full charge it can run for 6 months in the darkness, which is longer than most Disney shows nowadays. There is a date function, but guys over at Tactical Frog thought that this watch would look better without a date, and I think they were right, but yes, there is a ghost date position. But that movement is awesome. It's absolutely awesome in a watch for this price, and it's true set and forget thing, just like me in my friends' group chats. This all has been good so far, but this dial is madness, and I love it. I am not the one to hate on homages. I own quite a few of them. Yes, I ended up selling most of them. And I think the reason is that I strongly prefer if the homage is not straight up copy, but it brings something original. This is how you do fun homage. It doesn't just copy, it plays. The chaptering, for instance, says Tactical Frog, Tactical Frog, Tactical Frog all around. Just like the big brand I will not say the name of, but it rhymes with Solex or no legs. It's ridiculous, it's charming, it's self-aware, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows what it is. Matte gray base, black minute track on a white circle. The indices shaped like a teeth, biting from the minute track into the main part of the dial. High polished applied indices. Very nice, quite tall, bringing some depth. Tactical Frog logo at 12 instead of the index at 12. And it's perfectly bisected by the chronograph minute hand, which is blue. And it makes the frog looks poisonous or angry or both. Underneath that, you have the Tactical Frog in capital letters, hydro resistant in capital letters because water resistant is lame, and the depth rating. And then we have the subdials. 24-hour indicator at 3, everyone's favorite, yellow with blue hand, and white printing, which is not the most legible thing, but given that dial is practically useless, I'll give it a pass. 60-minute chrono counter at 6, blue with orange hand. And that orange hand was actually slightly misaligned out of the box. Calibration is super easy and quick fix on this movement, so I don't really see it as an issue, fixed by the user. Running second at 9, dark gray, blue minute hand and markers. These colors somehow shouldn't work together, but they look gorgeous together. And yes, I have to say I like that they ditched the date here. I am someone who strongly prefers watches with date, because I forget the date all the time, but I have to give them that this looks cleaner. And the handset. I really like the handset. At first I thought they were skeletonized, but nope, the dark middle part is just painted. Optical illusion achieved. High polished with lume center. Properly sized, legible, different, cool, very well finished. No complaints. Lume, it's there, it glows, it's blue, it's the BGW9, it's not bad for a chronograph. Don't expect anything like a Seiko diver level of performance. What I have to appreciate is, on a watch for 130 bucks, there are just no imperfections to be found, except for the slightly misaligned hand that you can fix yourself very easily. No dust spectacles, no sloppy printing, no rough edges on the hands or indices. Lume plots seem to be perfectly centered. It's almost disturbingly good. The crystal is sapphire, flat with a chamfered edge, blue AR coating, no complaints, no distortion, very clear experience. It's a very sensible frog protecting choice. How to sum this up? To be completely honest, I wanted to roast this watch. The name alone practically begged for a takedown video. Tactical Frog sounds like a rejected G.I. Joe villain, but I can't. I just can't. Objectively, this watch is excellent. Not just for the money. Even had I bought this for 200 bucks, I would still be happy with it. But having to buy it for 130 makes me a lot happier. I have really nothing to complain about. Maybe the white printing on the yellow subdial is not the most legible, but again, that subdial is practically useless, so I don't care. And that one chrono hand was misaligned, but that was easily fixed. Everything works the way it should. The threading on the crown, on the pushers, the action of the pushers, the action of the crown, everything is solid. It has the specs that would beat watches 3 or 4 times the price, like the Seiko Speed Timer. Bracelet is great. Case finishing is quite frankly ridiculously good. The dial is fun, playful. It's waterproof, it's solar, it's legible, and it wears great. Is the 24-hour subdial useless? Absolutely. Would it be amazing if you could set it independently, just like a GMT hand? Absolutely. Will that ever happen? Absolutely not. That would make too much sense, and watch brands don't do things that would make sense. But even with that, I really like this watch. It's fun, it's weird, it's oddly well built, and as much as I hate to admit it, I've really grown to love that frog logo. Kinda want to pet it and give it a name. Gary. If you're in the market for a fun, very rugged feeling chronograph for summer, you can't go wrong with this. And it most probably is the AliExpress watch that will stick with me for a long time, if not forever. I really like this thing. And if not, I will see you with the next impulse buy. That might be sooner than you think. And that is it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. If you didn't like the video, I thank you for watching this far, and please drop in the comments. I even heard about Tactical Frog. My name is Carol and this is Watch. Till next time, cheers.